Doctor explains, this #1 snack to eat before bed to lower creatinine levels. You got your blood test back, and your creatinine is high. The doctor mentioned it, maybe briefly, and now you are lying in bed at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering what it actually means for your health. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. Here is something most people never get told. What you eat right before bed can either help your kidneys recover overnight or quietly make things worse. In this video, you will learn exactly what creatinine is, why it rises, and the one bedtime snack that can genuinely help bring it down. So let us start with the basics, because once you understand what creatinine actually is, everything else in this video will make a lot more sense. Watermelon creatinine is simply a waste product. Your muscles produce it every single day as a natural part of how your body moves and functions. Normally, your kidneys filter it out, and it leaves your body through urine. Simple as that. But when the kidneys are under stress or not working at their full capacity, that filtering process slows down. Creatinine starts to build up in the blood, and that is when your blood test comes back with a higher number than your doctor would like to see. Now, the important thing to understand is that a high creatinine reading is not a sentence. It is a signal. Your body is telling you that your kidneys need some support. And the good news is, the right kind of support does not always have to come from a prescription bottle. Sometimes it starts with something as simple as what you eat before you go to sleep. Here is why that timing matters so much. While you sleep, your body shifts into a quiet, powerful repair mode. Your heart rate slows, your blood pressure drops, and your kidneys, which have been working hard all day filtering everything you ate and drank, get a chance to focus on deeper, more careful work. They are not rushing. They are restoring. That overnight window is genuinely one of the most important periods for kidney recovery, which is exactly why what you eat in the hour or two before bed can have a real impact on how well that process goes. If you eat something that puts extra strain on your kidneys late at night, you are essentially interrupting that recovery window before it even begins. But if you eat something that gently supports kidney function, you are giving your body the best possible conditions to do its repair work while you rest. Before we get into the snack itself, tell me quickly, are you watching because your creatinine came back high recently? If yes, type 1 in the comments. If you are here to get ahead of things before they worsen, type 0. Either way, you are in the right place. And if you want simple, honest kidney health guidance like this regularly, subscribe and turn on the notification bell right now. And that brings us to the snack itself. The #1 bedtime snack for supporting healthy creatinine levels is watermelon. Now, before you skip ahead thinking this sounds too simple, stay with this for a moment, because the reasons behind it are genuinely worth understanding. Watermelon is made up of more than 90% water. That alone makes it one of the most naturally hydrating foods you can eat. And hydration is absolutely central to kidney health. Your kidneys need a steady flow of fluid to filter waste properly. When you are even mildly dehydrated, that filtering process becomes harder, slower, and less effective. Creatinine and other waste products start to linger in the blood longer than they should. Eating watermelon before bed gives your kidneys a gentle wave of hydration right at the start of that overnight repair window, without making you feel bloated or uncomfortably full, the way drinking a large glass of water sometimes can late at night. But the hydration is just the beginning. Watermelon contains a natural compound called citrulline. It is an amino acid, which simply means it is a small building block that the body uses in very specific ways. Citrulline helps relax and widen the blood vessels, which improves blood flow to the kidneys. Better blood flow means the kidneys can filter more efficiently, and more efficient filtering means less creatinine sitting in the blood. It also contains lycopene, which is the natural pigment that gives watermelon its deep red color. Lycopene is a powerful antioxidant, meaning it helps protect the cells in your kidneys from the kind of slow, invisible damage that builds up over time when the body is under stress. Think of it as a quiet shield working in the background while you sleep. On top of that, watermelon is naturally low in potassium compared to many other fruits. This matters more than most people realize. When kidney function is reduced, the kidneys can struggle to filter out excess potassium, which means high potassium foods can actually put additional strain on them. Watermelon gives you the benefits of a nourishing fruit without that added pressure, making it one of the few snacks that is genuinely kind to struggling kidneys, and it is low in protein. That might sound like a strange benefit, but here is the thing. When you eat protein, your body produces more creatinine as part of the digestion process. High-protein snacks late at night, things like meat, cheese, or protein shakes, can actually push your creatinine levels higher overnight. Watermelon has almost no protein, so it does not trigger that response. It nourishes without adding to the problem. How to eat it. Timing matters here. The sweet spot is roughly 1 to 2 hours before you go to bed. This gives your body enough time to begin absorbing the fluid and nutrients without leaving you needing to use the bathroom multiple times through the night, which would interrupt your sleep and actually reduce the quality of that overnight kidney recovery we talked about earlier. A portion of around 1 to 2 cups of fresh watermelon is plenty. You do not need a huge amount to get the benefit. Fresh is always better than packaged watermelon juice or flavored watermelon products, which often contain added sugars that your kidneys then have to process unnecessarily. Eat it slowly and on its own if possible. Mixing it with other heavy foods late at night reduces the benefit and can create unnecessary digestive work while your body is trying to wind down. Now, here is where things get really practical, because the watermelon works best when you are also not actively working against your kidneys in the hours leading up to bed. One of the most common mistakes people make is eating a high-salt meal in the evening. Salt causes the body to retain fluid and raises blood pressure, both of which put extra demand on the kidneys at exactly the time they should be easing into recovery mode. Ready meals, takeaways, and processed snacks are often loaded with hidden salt that most people never account for. Another habit that does a lot of quiet damage is drinking fizzy drinks or heavily caffeinated drinks in the evening. These dehydrate the body, raise acid levels, and give the kidneys unnecessary chemical work to do overnight. Swapping an evening fizzy drink for a small portion of watermelon is one of the simplest and most effective swaps you can make. Eating a very large, heavy meal late at night is another pattern worth reconsidering. When the digestive system is working hard overnight, it competes with the kidneys for resources and blood flow. Lighter evenings, followed by a small, kidney-friendly snack like watermelon, create a much better internal environment for repair and recovery. And finally, many people forget to drink any fluids at all in the evening because they are worried about waking up in the night. The result is that they go to bed mildly dehydrated, and their kidneys spend the whole night trying to work with less fluid than they need. Watermelon solves this problem gently and naturally, providing hydration in a form that is absorbed gradually rather than all at once. How this fits into real life. The beauty of this habit is how easy it is to actually do. You do not need a special diet plan. You do not need to overhaul your entire lifestyle overnight. You simply need to make watermelon a regular part of your evening routine, the way some people have a cup of herbal tea or a light biscuit before bed. Keep a container of sliced watermelon in the fridge so it is ready to grab without any effort. Make it a habit that belongs to you, something you look forward to rather than something that feels like a medical obligation. Small, consistent habits done repeatedly over time are what genuinely move the needle on kidney health. And this one, simple as it sounds, is backed by real nutritional reasoning that your kidneys will quietly thank you for night after night. If this is genuinely helping you understand your kidney health better, please hit the like button right now. That one small action helps this information reach someone else who is struggling and has no idea these natural solutions exist. Your like could quietly change someone's health journey today. So there you have it. Something as natural and accessible as watermelon, eaten at the right time in the right way, can become one of the most supportive things you do for your kidneys on a daily basis. But here is what I really want you to take away from this video, because it goes beyond just one snack. Your kidneys are working for you every single hour of every single day. They never clock off. They never take a break. And for most of us, we only start paying attention to them when a blood test result gives us a reason to worry. That is completely understandable. That is human. But what you do from this point forward is what genuinely matters. You do not need to change everything at once. You do not need a complicated plan or an expensive supplement or a strict diet that makes you miserable. What you need is one good decision, made consistently, repeated night after night until it becomes second nature. That is how real, lasting health improvements happen. Not in dramatic leaps, but in quiet, steady steps that build on each other over time. Starting tonight, you have something concrete and simple to try. A couple of cups of fresh watermelon, 1 to 2 hours before bed. That is it. No complicated preparation. No special equipment. Just a genuinely nourishing habit that gives your kidneys the conditions they need to do their best work while you rest. And if you found this video helpful, I want to ask you something simple. Leave a comment below and tell me, had you ever thought about what you eat before bed and how it affects your kidneys? I read every comment, and I genuinely love hearing from the people watching these videos. It helps me understand what topics matter most to you. If this gave you something useful to think about, please give it a like. It takes 1 second, and it helps this channel reach more people who are looking for exactly this kind of straightforward, honest health information. And if you want to keep learning how to support your kidney health in simple, realistic ways, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Your kidneys have been quietly showing up for you every day. Tonight, it is your turn to show up for them.